You are now watching the Leaping Lemur.
I mean, it's either he go to jail, replace my stuff, or a third option is one that I just threw out there not long ago, which is I can show up to his place of work, fill his employees in on what this man has been doing, and he won't have any employees by the time I'm done talking to them all. And he'll be out of business. I mean, that is a third option, but it's not really a route I want to go down. Because I don't want to get my hands dirty. What is up, Facebook? I am here to talk about what the trolls have been doing. See,
Scott the Waz saw me behind the Walmart parking lot. Scott the Waz saw me behind a GameStop in Minecraft.
I noticed y'all sat there and reported my shit. And it wasn't because I did anything wrong. No. It's literally because you guys can't handle the truth when I speak it. That's why y'all reported me, because y'all don't like the fact or can stand the fact that I actually have fucking talent and you trolls have none. The only talent you fucking trolls have is running your mouths. And that's all it is. You hate that I tell it like it is. Y'all get butthurt and you whine and you cry and you piss and you bitch and you moan.
The only person who's butthurt is you, and it's because Ed's been in that shit, brother. You already know damn well you're the only motherfucker who's butthurt, and it's literally butthurt, bro, because you be getting stretched out by Ed, by that Ed dick. You feel me? ED, and that shit don't stand for erectile dysfunction.
Like, y'all are so triggered and so mad. Y'all are so mad that I am way the fuck up here and you trolls are way down here on the bottom tier. And I just find it funny as hell.
Bro, apparently Uncle Gums is trying to send Cyraxx a fucking Xbox. Weirdo shit, right? This dude thinks that Uncle Gums, I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you find out eventually. But I'm telling you, Uncle Gums, you think that you're safe. I can confidently say that you're not safe, bro. You are not above the law. There is things going on that you don't even know. I don't want to scare him. Keep doing what you're doing, pal. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You'll be fine, all right? You'll be cool. Keep doing what you're doing. You'll be fine, right? We'll see. Anyway, he thinks that he wants to give Cyraxx an Xbox, so.
I genuinely find it funny as fuck. Oh, and on a side note, William, I saw your little post, and since I don't have to say to your little post on YouTube, all I have to say to you is this, okay.
Yeah, I should speed him up. You're right, he is kind of slow. And I mean, at talking, I don't mean in his brain.
If you really want it that way, then I'll gladly see you in court. But just know that I gave you a fair shot. I gave you a fair shake. Even though you didn't deserve it, I gave you a fair shake. I gave you a chance to get free from all this bullshit. So now you get to pay the consequences when the time is right. So, with that being said, I'll see your bitch ass in court, dude. I mean, you really think that you're not gonna get called out by the courts for doing what you did? Oh, you will, trust me, you will. And I'm going to laugh when they get your ass for all the fucked up shit. Because when the time is right and the time comes, you will be facing prison time, dude.
Bro, you're a kid diddler. What does he mean? He lists all these crimes, like all these crimes that everybody else is doing. And it's like, whatever, bro. Like, you claim that these people are doing these crimes that in the grand scheme of things, nobody gives a fuck about, right? Like, you are a risk. You are a risk to children. You are a safety risk for you to be online. That's the important thing. That's what's going to come out of this. If you ever think you're going to get a case where any other thing is going to be found, like once they get to discovery and they find out all the minors that you're texting, like, I don't even, like, bro, people are just gonna focus on the fact that you're a diddler. You think that people are gonna focus on the fact that somebody bricked your Xbox? You're a PDF file. Do you think somebody would care if fucking Jeffrey Epstein's Xbox got bricked? I wouldn't give a fuck if Jeffrey Epstein's Xbox got bricked. I don't give a fuck about that.
The cyber stalking, gang stalking. What else is there? Oh yeah, there's also the federal side of things with 2 counts of mail theft. There is also you violating my constitutional rights. There is you having drones drop jars of...
You trolled me online. You messed with me. You had a drone fly over my house. You texted a bunch of 15-year-olds online and put minors at risk. You're a sicko. You're a sick fuck. The only reason that you haven't been caught is because you won't leave your house. You won't leave your house, bro. And because like the way that shit has been going is that like there's certain things like there's certain evidence, bro. And Cyraxx hasn't gone as far from my knowledge as to like receive actual shit like that. I don't know, maybe he has, and if he has, then there's probably a case being built on him, like a wider case. But you know, I have no idea. I don't know if that's happened before. I'm not that into Cyraxx, and I wouldn't know all that shit. I just know that he has talked to decoys before, and I know that he has talked to real minors before, but I don't know if there was anything exchanged between them besides him sending stuff, which is illegal. Don't get me wrong, it is illegal, but I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know if you know, they're fucking raiding his house for that shit. They raided Jupiter's house, or not his house, but like his group home for, I don't know if it was similar stuff, but I think it was like a bunch of real minors that he was talking to on like Snapchat. They took his Xbox. Pretty fucking crazy. So we'll just have to wait and see if that ever happens to Cyraxx, but it's a possibility that his house gets raided and like all his electronics get taken, and there's just a wider case being built on him. But it's kind of hard to know, and sometimes people just get away with these things because of state laws. So I don't know how it is in Akron either.
The paint on my house, vandalism and terrorism, both in one charge right there. Let's see what else. There is copyright infringement. There is, which multiple counts of copyright infringement, I might add. There is trademark infringement, because when you stole not only my music, my LLC and my clothing brand out from under me, or I should say my clothing line out from under me, which I will be relaunching here very soon. There is the fact of you committing defamation.
I don't even think he's necessarily getting a break. It's just sometimes these things, like the way that they work, is that like sometimes cops just lack on that shit. Like sometimes police departments lack. Sometimes certain states don't take crimes like this as serious. I don't know how Akron is, but the fact that he's been getting away with this so long, I find very concerning. I would think that he would be a liability to the state, but I don't know.
Not to mention blackmail on several levels to other people. So right there alone, William, you're looking at a lot of time behind bars, my man. So if I was you...
You know, it definitely could be. I don't know if that's necessarily what's happening. It's hard to say. But yeah, it's a possibility that he's getting a break. That the police department, you know, we've seen body cam footage, and it does seem like they're pretty lenient with him considering his condition and everything. So it could be that. It could be a mixture of incompetency and, you know, them feeling bad for him. So they're just like, you know, letting him get away with things. They're cutting him slack. Either way, it's negligent in my opinion, but that's just me.
I would seriously be rethinking what I say.
That's true. The police, the way that these people get caught, the system itself does kind of suck. That's why you see a lot of these vigilante people come around, and then normies are like, why are there so many vigilantes? And it's like, there wouldn't be so many vigilantes if police did their job. They sort of have like, and no hate to police officers. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, I fucking hate police officers. In this case, right? In these cases, when it comes to like sexual abuse cases, there has been evidence that these things aren't taken as serious as they should be. There's evidence that these things are often mishandled. It's sad, but it's true, and it's something that we, like, as a, not only like as a country but as a society as a whole, should be focusing more on, is the safety of children. But that often gets overlooked.
So, like I said, William, if I was you, my dude, I would be rethinking everything. As a matter of fact, I'd be rethinking that post. I really would. Like, I would be rethinking that post if I was you, man. What am I gonna do today? Same thing I've been doing the last few days, man. Working on music, hanging out, and living my life. Oh, and also, if you guys don't hear from me at all today on Messenger call-wise, it's because of those little clowns that reported my last live stream. My shit didn't review, so hopefully I get unbanned from not being able to call or anything like that. So there's that, because right now I'm on restriction for video and audio calls, so I'm not gonna be able to take any calls right away today, but hopefully that'll change. Which usually it does. Usually it gets.
Why is he talking about taking calls? It's weird to take calls with your audience, to talk about doing personal calls with them. He has to understand that this is weird. Even if he wasn't a diddler, it would be weird. Like if some random guy on, YouTube Live or Facebook Live, wherever the fuck he's going live, was talking about how he wanted to call people on Messenger, like his personal audience, I'd be like, that's a little risky. That's a little weird there, man. I don't know about that. Like, why the fuck do you want to talk? Like, so why do you want to have personal conversations with your audience? I get sent things every once in a while, and there's a few people who also make content who I'll have personal conversations with, but I never have personal conversations with people who like send me clips. I'm not like, hey, how's your day doing, buddy? How are you today? Sometimes people are like, I found this crazy lolcow in the wild. They send me a clip. I say, cool, I'm going to use this in a video. I don't call them, and say, hey, how you doing today, buddy? That'd be fucking weird.
Just done within like a few hours, so hopefully I'll be back today to taking calls and shit.
Yeah, I mean, he is a lonely guy, isn't he? Isn't he, Dills? He's just a lonely diddler, right? I mean, that is part of it, is that he's a lonely guy, but he's also a sick pervert who probably wants to just contact younger individuals. He probably just wants to contact these people who he's talking, who he thinks are minors or potentially are real minors in some cases.
But like I said, William, you and your little buddy trolls think that you're going to just sit there and magically get away with going after me in my life.
Really be hard again?
Hey, shout out to PVC Doggy. They donated $5 and said, when you get a fursuit, is it going to be a mersuit so the chicas can play with your little lemur? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I have no idea what a mersuit is. But thank you for the $5 and thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. I'll do whatever you want, bro. I'll put a penis on the fursuit, bro. Whatever you want, pal. No, I can't even. I can't even joke about that. That's not even funny. I'm not gonna put a penis on the fursuit. Even the hypothetical fursuit, I can't put a penis on it, dude. I'm sorry, I can't.
Don't think so.
I assumed it's like some kind of penis, right? Because he says little lemur. I'm not gonna put a penis on the fursuit.
And I think any reasonable person here can agree that what I did for you this morning was generous.
It's an Impractical Jokers? It's an Impractical Jokers joke. Is it really? Like, is it?
I mean, Paul, don't you think that...
I've watched that show. How is it? Is it truly?
It's a generous act.
Are people fucking with me? It's an Impractical Jokers joke. Like Mur, the guy from Impractical Jokers, does he have a suit that he wears or something? It's like a furry costume.
I either show up at work and tell his employees what's been going on, or I just wait it out and I let the courts deal with it, because if the courts deal with it, he's looking at several years behind federal prison bars. So don't you think that it's actually, kind and generous of me to try to keep him out of jail by giving him that option? Like, doesn't that sound generous to you? I mean, I'm literally offering to keep this dude out of prison by having him replace my stuff.
Stop. Oh, I thought you were saying I was an undocumented immigrant. You're saying I'm undocumented grandson in Minecraft Can you even say in Minecraft and get away with saying that? Like, that's a joke, obviously, but I don't even know if I should have read that. I'm getting too lit.
Not that big a deal, right? Sounds pretty generous, don't it?
Does he have like, he has like fucking 4 rings stacked on his hand. Who wears 2 rings on each hand? What kind of goofy ass weirdo shit is that? 2 big ass rings on one hand.
Yo, Amanda, what's up? For me in the mornings, it's usually straight up black coffee, and then I'll usually do iced coffee throughout.
Yeah, straight up sludge. So he's drinking black coffee and iced coffee. Is that why you keep shitting yourself? That doesn't sound very good.
Oh yeah, I know it was him. And I have all the documentation to prove it too. But yo, Paul.
You talking to Paul Breach?
Thomas, doesn't that sound generous of me though? You got me. That sounds pretty damn generous of me, right?
Eugenia Cooney didn't die. She didn't die. Stop saying Eugenia Cooney died. She didn't die. Stop saying that. That's a lie. She didn't die. That's a lie. People were saying Amber Lynn Reed passed away. They were joking about that because she like went to the hospital for like an ovarian cyst or some crazy shit like that. And people were like joking about, or like she was having like stomach issues. Also, Leslie Clark was in the hospital recently, so I guess all the lolcows are in the hospital.
I'm literally offering to keep this dude out of prison and out of jail for several years. And all I ask in return is that he pays for what he destroyed, which was my $1,000 computer and my Xbox One Series S. And that sounds pretty generous if you ask me. Oh, you're good, Gerald. Yo, Gerald, doesn't that sound, generous, dude? As far as William Gloryhole goes, I keep this man out of prison, and in exchange, all I ask him to do is to replace my $1,000 computer that he...
Oh, yeah. All I ask him to do is replace the $1,000 computer that was fucking piece of shit anyway. Yeah. All I ask him to do is replace the computer that probably had a bunch of CP on it.
I saw it destroyed. And my Xbox Series S that he bricked. I mean, does that sound like a bad deal to you? I mean, I'm literally offering to keep this dude out of prison. Because right now, as it stands, I could have this dude federally locked up once I get a lawyer.
Federally locked
which
up.
I am in the middle of working on doing.
Federally.
I mean, I could literally have this dude locked up for years.
I can literally get this dude locked up for wheels.
He's done.
For wheels, I can get him locked up.
So, I think replacing my computer and my Xbox, no, that's not really that much to ask for.
I'm gonna change my name to the LARPing Lizard, and like basically the LARPing Lizard, it's gonna be like a cosplay thing. So I'm gonna start like a channel called the LARPing Lizard. And I'm gonna start doing LARPing, like live action roleplay as a lizard. So like I'm gonna, do my day by day lizard stuff. I'm gonna get like a huge lizard cage, and I'm gonna hire some chick, and she's basically gonna like take care of the cage that I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. The lizard cage, and then I'm gonna LARP as a lizard, like a live action roleplay lizard. I don't fucking know.
And that's really not that bad of a deal. It's actually a pretty damn good deal. I mean, it's either he go to jail, replace my stuff, or a third option is one that I just threw out there not long ago, which is I can show up to his place of work, fill his employees in on what this man has been doing, and he won't have any employees by the time I'm done talking to them all. And he'll be out of business. I mean, that is a third option. But it's not really a route I want to go down. Because I don't want to get my hands dirty. I like to keep shit clean. So, in your mind, though, does that not sound like a fair deal to you, man?
No.
In exchange for me getting a lawyer and keeping you out of prison, all I ask is that you replace my computer and my Xbox that you destroyed.
I don't think that's a fair deal.
Doesn't that sound like a fair deal to you?
I think a fair deal would be
If you ask me, that sounds like a damn.
If you ask me, what sounds like a fucking damn good fair deal to me is if you got off the damn internet. That's what sounds like a fair deal to me. If you got off the internet and then people wouldn't break your stuff, that's a fair deal. In exchange for you getting off the internet, people will leave you alone and not break your stuff. Make the deal, make it, finalize it, sign a contract, get it notarized and shit, man. And you'll be cool. You get it notarized, you straight up take that shit to the motherfucking county, to the courthouse. Whatever you got to do. I don't know how this process goes, but let's say you want to get this shit notarized. You do that shit. You sign a contract. I will leave the internet if you leave me alone type shit. Sign that shit on the dotted line and you're chilling, bro. Leave the internet.
I mean, seriously, because right now, I mean, he's staring at it several years federally. So, I mean, you know, it doesn't sound like a very bad deal. You know, you replace what you destroyed, and I let you go scot-free, and I drop all charges against you. I mean, that sounds like a fair deal. Sounds like a very fair deal, actually, if you ask me. Because right now, he's staring down the barrel of several years in federal prison. And I do mean federal prison. I don't mean jail. I mean federal prison. Not state prison. Federal prison. For everything he's done to me over these last 6 years.
What about all the things that you've done to minors throughout the years? Do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about the fact that that shit's gonna come out? Like, let's say you don't even get charged for that. Let's just say it like comes out in discovery. You don't think that that's gonna change people's perception of you? The fact that you won't be able to deny that shit anymore?
And if I was William, I'd take that deal up in a heartbeat. Because one, this man violated my human rights by doing all this shit he's been doing and making it to where I can't work, can't get a regular job, can't do anything. Not only that, but he violated my constitutional rights by making it to where I can't get a job. And to where every time I go to start out my own clothing shop, it gets shut down. Or anything I do to try to make money, he shuts down. That right there is literally a violation of my constitutional rights to make a living.
A violation of your constitutional rights, bro? That's just a fucking, like, that's between two people. This isn't between you and the fucking federal government or something. What do you mean it's a violation of your constitution? The fuck? Oh yeah, people violate my fucking my teacher violates my fucking, you know, like bro, what do you mean? My professor violates my fucking constitution by telling me to sit in class after the time goes. You ever had a professor that does that after the class is done? You know, say class gets out at 10:30 and they're still talking. It's 10:30 and they're still talking. They're in between some kind of random anecdote that has nothing to do with the class. You get up and you want to go and they say, hey, you need to sit down. The class is not over until I tell you it's over, right? Okay, you invaded my constitutional rights, teacher. It's like, bro, they're just gonna look at you like you're crazy and be like, get the fuck out of my class, I'm dropping you.
And not only that, but sitting there terrorizing me, terrorizing my family, me, telling me that I'm not allowed to make a living, and doing everything he can to basically fuck with me and my family, including mail theft of 2 different times, and all kinds of charges which I mentioned at the beginning of the video.
It's the Declaration of Constitution Appendants. Appendants.
So I mean, right now he's looking at probably anywhere from, give or take, I'd probably say anywhere from 10 to 25, maybe 30 to 50 years in Fed prison, give or take. Goodbye, Tony the
Oh, now he's taking people to Pound Town.
Goodbye, Cyrus.
I thought he was talking about himself.
Yep, I tried. It doesn't work. I tried many times and it don't work. I gave up creating a truce, trying to make a truce with that guy a long fucking time ago, bro.
Yeah, this is over, bro.